Do you want to be a part of the CoCo community? Sure, we all do. So join this free weekly live talk show to find out how easy it is to watch at home and learn about your color computer. At the CoCoNation, more than 9 million men and women have participated in the community without setting foot outside their homes. And now at home in your spare time, you can see what's happening, or even join the discussion. Choose from any one of these segments: panel intros, project updates, acquisitions, CoCo thoughts, featured interviews and events, the Game On Challenge, news, Ron's Garage, CoCo commercials, show coverage, panel goodbyes, or you can join one of our extra shows. You can choose from the Game On Challenge Live or CoCo Tech. Join the CoCoNation right now.
Click the link for the free information TJB Chris spoke about. Then decide if you want to watch the CoCoNation Live Show, the world's leading live weekly talk show featuring the Tandy Color computer, its siblings, cousins, and redheaded stepchildren. Visit thecoconation.com. There is no obligation and no salesman will visit you. Visit thecoconation.com.
The CoCoNation show is an unscripted, live, and interactive broadcast. Anything can and will happen. The views and opinions expressed by members of the panel and the live audience are their own, and not necessarily those of the CoCoNation show, its sponsors, affiliates, or subsidiaries. Open minds are encouraged, and a sense of humor is recommended. Thank you for being a part of the CoCoNation.
Radio Shack? Okay.
What?
The 80s called.
Welcome to the CoCoNation, the world's first live and interactive talk show featuring the Tandy color computer and its hardware cousins.
The classic audio panel.
Okay, I think I have found a magic button. So I'm
All
gonna double
right,
check that.
we've got audio coming out.
Yeah, we got some audio coming out now. All right.
I have to say though that first few minutes, that was the best part of the audio version of this podcast.
Okay, so let me see if this. I'm gonna jump to another thing real quick here. So I guess we can either have Zoom audio or we can have. Yeah, this is
So either we're going to be able to hear it or they can't hear us. That's kind of like a Sophie's choice, isn't it?
Yeah, both are bad.
No, ask them what they want. They'll probably go with the silence.
Yeah, I'll just
So
do
we can just
this.
hear us.
I'll just bounce around for a while.
All right, I guess we'll just go this way for a bit, and at some point I will see if I can figure out what magic Windows 11 needs to work.
Wonderful.
Okay, so panel introductions. Top left corner, we've got Rhonda Lux.
Happy New Year. Welcome to the show today. Hope it's a good one.
Yep, and we got Wingnut.
Good afternoon.
And Ken Waters.
Hello, hello.
And yours truly trying to find the right buttons. And next up, Frederic, micro hobbyist.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, Rick Euland.
Howdy, folks.
And Jason, the CoCo Man.
It's a new year and time for new technical difficulties here at the CoCoNation show.
Uh-huh. All right, and Marco.
Hello there. Am I unmuted? I hope so.
Yep. And let's see, Kevin Holloway.
Hello, everybody.
And Alan, Exile in Paradise.
Happy New Year, everyone. Good to see we're still going as our CoCos keep just rolling on.
And last but not least, Brian Weasler.
I'm glad to be. Hello, everybody. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
What about David?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, he's here too. David Ladd.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Please sit, stay a while. It's a brand new year with new fun things.
All right, over in the chats, we got Dwayne Campbell, Kevin Holloway, David Ladd, Canadian Retro Things, Michael Zwiffel, Sixy, Jim Rye. 8 Bits in the Basement, Mark Siegel, Tom Eric Anderson, J. Jones, 3141. Retro ENG. And scrolling. Porter CoCo. Hey, how you guys doing? Let's see. As we keep scrolling down through here, Chris Dries, sorry. 2K compliant. A new name. I don't remember.
I do think if you mispronounce someone's name, Mark, that is a form of flattery in your case. It's an honor.
I get it right mostly.
Most-ishly.
Yeah, well, I do what I can.
More like once in a while.
Hey, the host position is open, you know.
Mark, it's okay. You do it better than I do because trust me, I probably butcher it much worse.
If you didn't, I would have to find something else to give you a hard time about.
So I had it right the first time, he says, but I don't remember what the heck it was.
That's the fun
How did
part.
I say it the first time?
You'll have to catch it on the replay.
Wait till you turn 70.
Let's see. Silent error on CoCoNation show. Right now the audio should be working. Anybody confirm if it is or is not?
It's up on Twitch.
It's up in my ear here.
It is on YouTube.
Working on Twitch.
Okay.
That was good.
So I guess we have to tell him in text that it's just him. Because I'm sure he can't hear us.
You're not the one with the problem. Or we're not the one with the problem. You're the one with the problem.
For once.
I'll get it right someday. See, I can't get it right either. See, Mark B?
Mm-hmm.
Do you
I
have
got
the
it
red?
all backwards.
That's because you have a red Star Trek shirt on.
Hey, you know what? I'm not Ensign Ricky here, so I think Scotty wore a red shirt, so he got.
All right, let's jump into project updates and acquisitions. First up, we have Jason at the CoComan.biz.
Oh, wow. Well, I have an acquisition right here. There we go. It's a 12-pack of no, not really. It is time for an announcement. It is something that has been a big part of CoComan.biz. And today I am officially bidding adieu to the Switcheroo. It is now officially discontinued. Due to matters outside my control. This metal shelled SCART connector is no longer available. And I've checked with the manufacturer. It's like, this is no longer available. I can't get it anymore. So we're bidding adieu to the Switcheroo, but fret not. We're going to say a big CoCoNation welcome to the Switcheroo 2. And that's going to be spelled T-O-O. It's the same thing, basically, except now I'm using the, I've had to go change to the SCART connector to the same one that I'm using for my popular Apple II GS cables. Other than that, it's the same. It's just it's a plastic shell instead of a metal shell. This is the kind that are still available.
Version 2.
Version 2. So yeah, it's the Switcheroo. It's probably not going to focus up, but it's the Switcheroo 2.
So I don't have to send in the 2 that I have for upgrades?
No, the original Switcheroo will continue to function as intended, although there will be no more firmware updates.
But is it worth more now? It's more vintage.
It's collectible.
It might be. It might be a collectible. I mean, unless some miracle, some miracle happens and I find another metal SCART connector, but I don't see that happen. And I'm not trying to plan like a new Coke thing here or anything.
That's good to know.
This is bait and switcheroo.
The bait and switcheroo. Now, it's sad that that's going away, but beyond my control, the good news, it's still here, but there's even more good news.
What?
It costs $10 less.
How could that be?
That metal SCART connector was getting very expensive, and now it's unobtainium. But so, that SCART connector was costing well over $10 at some point just for that part for me. So, as a result, now that I'm not able to use that, we're just going to use the same.
Yeah. But since they were selling well at that price, you didn't need to lower it.
I'm all about being fair. I mean, that was. I'll still be getting the same amount. It's costing me less, and I'm gonna, since I can't get them anymore. I'm using this less expensive SCART connector. It's the one I can get now, and so I'm passing the savings on to the consumer.
Yeah, so did Osborne.
See, Jason is doing what most corporate America, or I guess I should say now, corporate world won't do. Is if they save money, they don't pass it to you. They just leave the price the same or jack it up. So at least Jason is a good businessman.
It's a new improved version, so it's a higher
Jason
price.
is a bad businessman. He's a good person. He's a bad businessman.
See what I get for being honest. But the Switcheroo 2 pass the savings on to you, I guess. I don't know.
Oh God, we got to get out of here.
The rest of the corporate world would have come out with the new version with a higher price.
Oh yeah, right? If I would have been Apple, this would have been twice the price.
Put a proportional font on the
and
labels
had a
or
different
something.
connector on it.
Yeah,
that you need an adapter for.
Listen, does the metal jacket that it had before give you more protection from spurious waves or whatever? Is this the one going to have these more?
I can wave this one just the same, and it doesn't seem to affect it. So
I see. I got it.
Hello.
Okay.
It was just a nice sturdy case, and don't get me wrong, this plastic one's pretty robust. But that was just the first one I found was that metal one. I liked it, and everyone else liked it, and but unfortunately, I'm unable to get them anymore. I would have continued on.
So were they solid metal, or were they just metal coated plastic?
Oh no, they were solid metal.
Were they? Okay.
Yeah, they were solid metal. So
Is your new connector 3D printed?
No, it is commercially produced. It is it's just a SCART connector that I can order and have shipped.
Do you have a 3D printer?
No, I do not.
Oh, okay.
Does it still come with the tow rope?
No, this is just a connector. That's the other thing. There's no tow rope, which kind of the tow rope I would just I would set out, and some of the scrap metal people would come and get them. But I kept the twisty ties, so now that's the one downside is now I don't have a supply of twisty ties to twist the cables together that I would get from those tow ropes, the big old SCART cables. But yeah, so that's really it. They're available now, cocoband.biz, and I've already actually sent a few out. I think I have a few in transit already, but I wanted to, for folks that were waiting for stock of the Switcheroo, I went ahead and let them know what happened. So, but this is the official announcement.
All right.
So,
cool.
So there you go. That is a I guess you would say that is a CoCoNation exclusive.
Video later.
For the next 5 minutes. I don't know, until I announce it somewhere else. Video later. Well, the video's right here.
No, I mean, will you actually, have a ad?
I will
new and improved,
I will have to
2.
talk to my ad agency about that one.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's true. You need to give us a new ad.
Great answer.
Well, it's a Switcheroo 2, and this one I forgot to put the 2 on, but I just put this one. I just labeled that one before the show. So, but the other ones will say, so you'll be able to tell the difference, and that's it's the same address and everything, but now it's a 2, and there goes the cat.
Well, he did knock the camera over, so
yeah. Well, I'd hope not, because the camera's built into the computer.
So,
yeah, quite catarific.
Yeah, I got 4 of them passed out over there.
I don't know. Buster has important cat stuff to go do over there, I guess.
Does anyone have a picture of Curtis that we can put up so it look like we're all together?
I'm sure Kevin has one somewhere.
Yeah, but he's not here.
Curtis.
Oh, let's see.
Maybe he'll join us later. I don't know.
There he is.
Yeah, there we go. Now the show's complete.
Someone could join with another Zoom account and just put Curtis's face on it, just so it sits there all session long.
All right. Well, the next one I had on my list, Rick.
There you go.
Oh, well, not too much. In the last week, I've managed to build yet another adapter. So I now have 4 adapters with the same pinout on both ends. 1, 2, 3, 4. For 4 different use cases. None of them are compatible with each other, and I just have to switch between them as I need them. So that was fun. I'm getting really, really good at making these little adapters.
But do you have an adapter for your adapter?
Not yet, but I'll work on that next week, I guess. And then rite of passage for the year, I guess. Have actually swapped positions with the motorcycle and the snowblower, so the snowblower is easier to get out. Because
that's an important update.
That's a true indicator of the season right there.
Yes, we're there. We're there. Snowblower first.
With the gas can handy.
Oh, yeah.
You need the studded tires on your motorcycle so you can drive it in the winter.
Well, I was looking for snow tires, but they just ain't got them.
Oh, you got to come up to Canada. Get them.
Oh, okay, yeah. I should come in the summer when I don't need them, and then I can, put one over each shoulder and come on home.
Can you import Canadian motorcycle snow tires into the U.S.?
Yeah, so you'll be driving around looking like the Michelin Man.
Right. One on each shoulder.
Just wear them as a.
Yeah, I'm not importing these. I'm wearing them.
Or just put chains on.
They're clothing, personal clothing.
We're trying to drag the show out because Curtis isn't here.
Sorry, that's all right. We got one more project update. Frederic.
Oh, me already? Okay. All right.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to share my screen because I did a little. My update is more virtual because I worked on KiCad and made some new designs, and so I also pre-designed the boards already. So let me see if I can share this little thing there.
But did you get all the installation in?
Yeah, it's getting in. Well, actually, the installation is all done, by the way, and I'm I'm putting drywall tomorrow.
Cool.
So that's pretty cool. So basically, let's see if I can focus on my PowerPoint.
So you're going to have a built-in wall, CoCo?
Yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So I decided to. Well, you probably knew that Logic Spark 09 was my name of the project, but I also decided to name it not quite a CoCo. There's some similarities, but it'll never be a CoCo. I mean, too many people are doing clones and stuff like that I didn't want to just repeat the whole thing. So basically, why was I away for quite a while? Well, I got married, as you know, and
Congratulations.
As I've just mentioned, my house is under construction right now. So you get the before, the siding's not done, but the inside also is being done right now. In other words, I don't have a lab. So the lab is still in boxes. And that's what you see in this picture that's what it used to be. And that is what it isn't right now. Eventually, I also converted the garage into a room, and that room will be, at least half of it, will be my new lab.
Wow.
Congratulations.
So I got some new ideas working. Well, as I was renovating, I had these little funky ideas going on, and I had to put things down into paper, the computer. And I decided to create a backplane version of my board instead. Well, of course, I'll always prototype on a breadboard naturally, but so I made a sort of a pseudo ISA ATX form factor backplane. It uses a power supply from the ATX power supply. You can mount it on in a case if you wanted to. But for development purposes, I won't. The header down below, actually, they're reversed. They should be pointing down because you can actually take everything and place it on a breadboard and have access to all the signals. So 7 slots, I think I should be all right, although I'm not too sure about that. Because if you start counting the number of cards I started to design, you'll see that I'm up to 7 already. So no room for more. So the CPU card.
You need a daisy chain connector, so you can add a second board.
Yeah. So
Throw an
basically, that's
MPI
the
on
CPU
there.
card. CPU card has all the niceties that one could hope for. It's got a flash memory on it for it's 128K, so you could actually switch bank so you can do some sort of firmware update if you wanted to. It's got 64K RAM on it. It's got the 6309 CPU, and it's not the E version. I had the E version on my other prototype, and I said, well, what's the difference? I started to look it up, and I started to look at the plans from the CoCo, and they're not using all the features. All the pins are not connected. So what's the point? The only drawback, of the E actually is that it has an external clock. You have to build a clock if you don't have a SAM
the idea with the E version is you can use the same clock as the video display, and thereby share the RAM between the VDG and the CPU. If you don't have an external clock on the CPU, you can't do that.
Indeed, but I'm not going with a VDG. You'll see.
Well, yeah, I know, but that's why CoCo did it, because they needed to be able to just lockstep with the video.
Yeah.
Is that a light? Is that light show at the top here, all the way across?
It's got lots of blinky lights there.
Yep.
Yes, it does. What I wanted to see is there like some sort of a fault going on that is permanent, that is not addressed? Like the IRQ light will light up if it's not has not been processed. The halt is going to light up if it's halted for some reason. So it's got all these little lights that'll, besides the RX and TX, because I did put a serial chip on the CPU card on top of that. So besides those, it'll blink continually. Also, it is programmed to have a speed change capabilities. I'm not going to use the same speed as the CoCo because, well, why should I? So the fastest speed I've got it running so far was 4 megahertz. I will attempt to run it at 5 eventually, but I can go and not manually, but by software, downgrade the speed to 2 and 1 megahertz if I wanted to, glitch free.
But don't you then need like a 5 or 10-inch fan to keep it cool?
Not the 4 megahertz, not in 4 megahertz. It runs just smoothly, no problem, no heat, no anything. 5 on your I haven't tried. 6309, yes.
Yeah, so it's running cooler anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Next card is a serial card, and I'm not sure I'm going to actually build that. Well, I did design it, so because as you can see, it is there. It's routed and everything. It should be functional. I've built them before, so there should not be any mistraces anywhere. So it's got
in addition to the serial on the CPU card too. So you got 4 serial.
Yeah, exactly. Chips. So I'd have a total of 4. And the CPU card has a USB serial on it, so that way you don't have to use any FTDI connectors. This one has 2 RS-232, their DTE, and the third one is not the USB. It is serial TTL, just in case I wanted to plug something like an HMI display, which is RX and TX for them. I've got LEDs also, but as you can see, I'm using the 555 timer to actually light them up longer so that you can see them blinking, because usually it's so fast that you don't see anything. So then I just added 3 chips for that. Next card is the video card, and yes, like I said earlier, I'm not using the VDG, but I will be using the Yamaha V9958, which is the big brother of the TMS 9918A. It has 192 kilobytes of video RAM, so that should be fairly decent if I say so. And it's got also a VGA output. Everything is, like I said, it's designed, it's routed, and everything is there. All the simulations, they work. Now, will they actually work on the PCB? That's another question. Did I make a mistake somewhere? It's always possible. Next card is a storage card, and sorry, David, it's not going to be a floppy or a hard drive. But I will be using for the first time in my life, soldering surface mount components. It's going to have 2 SD cards and 2 USB keys that you can put in. And why did I put 4 total when you can just because I'm using the CH376S IC. You can do both, right? You can do a SD card and a USB thumb drive. Unfortunately, you can't easily just copy over without any changes in the in programming. You have to do all sorts of swapping around to go from one to the other. So if you want to go from an SD card to a USB, then no problem. Just plug it in the other port, and it's going to be a direct transfer. The advantage is also with this chip is the file system is FAT. You can use FAT16, 12, or 32, not exFAT. So you could take your drive or your SD card and put it in your computer and start transferring files. Now, is that overkill to have 4? Maybe. I had room on the PCB. And by the way, all the PCBs are 100 millimeter squared so that I can be cost effective, right, from the PCB manufacturing standpoint. Next card is the MMU card. Oh yeah, it's quite different than what I've designed in the past. The 4 chips on the top is the 2 megabytes of RAM, 4 512K. And the 2 other chips in there, the bottom one is the CPLD and a dual ported RAM. So basically, I've transformed my control logic from 11 chips to 2 to do MMU. Not only that, the way it works is it works like the CoCo 3. So you do have 8 pages of 8 kilobytes each, and you can have up to 32 tasks. The advantage is I've reserved a memory portion to have all 32 tasks active at a time, so you don't have to do tasks swapping and copying over the blocks from in task 0 or task 1, which is very limiting.
So does that speed it up?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's it's, how should I put it? Well, the short answer is yes. Long answer is too long. Next card in the series, the sound card. I wanted to use the AY38910, but it was too big of a chip. So I was looking at the Yamaha YM2413B, and as you can see, there are actually 5 of them, and each one has up to 11. It's FM synthesis and not PSG. So the sound is actually better. There's a lot more polyphony to the whole thing. The reason I have 5, one is stuck to right, one is stuck to left, one is center, and I have center left, center right. I got some VU meters on top of that. I had to isolate the center channel so that it doesn't bleed through one or the other, so that the other channels don't bleed from the left to the right and the right to the left. So I had to separate a few things.
It'll be surround.
I could put it surround, yeah. You need 4 speakers at least.
So, question though, those LEDs that are left and right, they're not going to be. They're going to be sandwiched between the boards, right? You won't be able to see them. Not like the ones that stick
Unless
straight
you
up.
put it at the edge. Yes, of course.
Have you thought about putting them straight up?
I wonder if there's any 90-degree versions of LED bars.
Well, you just put a socket there, and put your LEDs on the front panel somewhere. And plug them in there.
Have 90-degree sockets.
Frederic. Yeah, ribbon cable for sure.
And then
for sure.
Mark Siegel brings up a question. What are you using as a DAC?
It's it's built into the 2413 chip.
Oh, nice.
Where's the FujiNet card?
Oh yeah.
Well, welcome to the free feature creep section of the program.
Exactly. So up next, other cards. Well, I've got 7 already. So what am I going to do? I got 6. Sorry. I am going to build also an input device card. It's going to have PS2 keyboard and or an 8x8 matrix keyboard. I already designed one, so I'll see if I can plug it into that. PS2 mouse, an NES joystick port, and some sort of analog joystick port, but I don't know which kind. Any suggestions?
So many to choose from.
Yes, I know.
So is this going to look like a 99 4A, with the extra boxes of different?
Well, it could fit in the PC case.
Probably a PC type joystick could be the best, just because they've been around for so long. Yeah, you can get them. They're very common. So
the other card I'd like to work on is some sort of SPI and or I2C card, so I can, have some sort of all sorts of sensors and EEPROMs and whatnot, and it'd be nice. But I did put the SPI and I2C bus onto my backplane, so that way, if I do manage to have some hardware-based SPI, because I don't want to bit bang it. I want it to be hardware.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of. So
you should put yourself You should put yourself some Ethernet card in there too.
Yep, exactly.
And that's in the feature creeps actually.
We're creeping. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
then
there
you'll
it is.
have the
Real-time clock.
I was going to ask that.
Possibly a floppy drive if I can find a controller chip, ID hard drive, which should be fairly simple to integrate. Parallel printer port, network, a 10BASE-T or maybe Wi-Fi. I don't know. Will it be able to run DriveWire or FujiNet? Yeah, I don't know. So if you have any other ideas for the feature creep, shoot them up.
Yes, another card slot. Just one more card slot.
Well, the initial design was 10
One
slots.
more card slot.
I thought it was a bit too heavy, a bit too big. But I think I may have to go to 10 slot.
You're going to end up with one of them sidecars running off.
You're going to find it's not enough.
So what kind of power supply do you have?
It's going to be an ATX power supply. It can be anything from that you purchase.
Right.
It can be 500 watts. It can be what's the minimum? I don't know. 250?
Probably 250. I'm thinking.
Probably 250 should be fine. I think. But yeah.
Why do I know?
So that is it.
Nice.
So I've been busy doing, and everything is routed and everything ready to go. I just need to do a few tests, especially the sound card on the breadboard before I send it off, and then I'll simply spend the money and wait a couple of days and get all those sweet PCBs and start soldering like crazy, because it's going to take a lot of time to solder all those things.
Yeah, man.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, I take it you're just building one of these.
Last time I did this type of thing was one board would usually take 2 to 3 hours to solder, clean up and everything. And then it's just crossing your fingers it actually works, right? I did get 1 or 2 PCBs out of a lot where the VCC and ground were shorted together. So that's a bit of a problem. But that's a cheapy version of the PCB manufacturers that you have to deal with. And no, I don't deal with PCB way because they're way too expensive. I usually go with JLC, but there might be others that are
They're
better.
cheap. You just order extra, you know?
Yeah. It's 5 minimum, right?
Right.
So one of them is bound to work. If the VCC and ground plane are not shorted, then you're good to go. That means they're all aligned.
Yeah, it's definitely something I would check for. First. Yeah, I would check for before I put any components on and make sure they're not shorted.
I learned my lesson. That's what I do all the time. Is beep? Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, that was it for project updates.
Okay, we're done.
Let's see, we're at 38.
Closing credits.
Oh, the Australian snuck in here again.
Dang it.
Crikey.
Okay, do we want to do commercial break and then game on?
That's good to me.
Sure.
That gives Ken time to wake up.
Do we want
Grab another pot of coffee.
Good coffee.
Yeah.
You can put his Vicks Vapor Rub on his chest.
Sounds like a good idea. I mean,
hey Amy, hey Taylor, we're watching the CoCoNation show. Yeah, we are. Woo! You should too.
Hello everyone, it's your good buddy, your good pal Amigo, and joined by that dastardly The Brent from ARG Presents.
You're watching CoCoNation.
I feel like that should have been longer.
The CoCoNation show would like to thank the following patrons. AC's 8-Bit Zone, Alex Gare, Alan Huffman, Brendan Donahue, Brian Walsh, Brian Weasler, Kieran Anscombe, Coconut Bob, Daddy Burrito, David Ladd, Derek Smithson, Diego BF109, Don Barber, Eric Canales, Frederic Sagard, Glenn Hewlett, Graham Wabke, Grant Leedy, Henry Gernhardt, Henry Strickland, Jason Warnes, Jim Mullis, Justin Larson, Ken Reichard, Patrick Euland, Paul Fiscarelli, Paul Shoemaker, R. Allen Murphy, Retro Tech Time, Richard Harding, Rob Inman, Rocky Hill, Steve Batson, TJB Chris, Tom C., Tom Gunderson, Tom S., William Athing. Thank you so much, patrons. If you would like to support the CoCoNation show, sign up at patreon.thecoconation.com.
Welcome to everybody's favorite segment, Who's New to Discord?
Supwitcha says, your name? Garrett. Your systems? CoCo is my primary, followed by DOS-based machines, then Commodore, TI-99, etc. How do you retro? Have a fairly large CoCo collection, several CoCo 3s with CM8, Multipack, CoCo 2, CoCo 1, Tandy 1000s, Model 100, and a ton of hardware/software for all of it. Looking for? Just reliving my childhood, and now I'm buying everything I couldn't afford for my CoCo when I was a kid. Our Caxow says, hi, I'm Jeff B. I'm mostly a Commodore 64 guy and somewhat of compact Macintoshes, but volunteer for the Vintage Computer Federation Museum and showrunner for VCF East, so I appreciate all sorts of systems. Henry III recommended me. I'm looking to connect with others in the CoCo realm to help build a CoCo classroom at VCF East, and also attract visitors, exhibitors, and speakers to the show. Dean N says, greetings all. I'm also a volunteer at the Vintage Computer Federation, acting as board member and donations manager. I am leading up the upcoming CoCo classroom for VCF East in April, hoping to follow up on the success of our previous classes. I'm an aficionado of all retro computing, but have mainly focused on TRS-80, Atari and Apple, so I'm looking forward to gaining more knowledge specific to all things CoCo. The previous bios were edited for time.
Welcome to everybody's favorite segment, Who's New to Discord?
KI5NYZ John says, looking to learn more about the CoCo, although primary interest is in the Model 4 DP and 100. Robert V2.4 says, first computer was a CoCo 216K standard basic melted keyboard. Couple years later I got a CoCo 3. Been a long time since then. I now have a CoCo Pi 400 in a 3D printed case from John Strong. I have recently used that to an RPI4 due to the spacebar dying. Shatton6809 says, hello, getting back into programming the CoCo 3 after 40 years. Gave away my full OS 9 CoCo 3 setup in '94 to a Mr. J. Klein, and want to get back into coding it. So expect some questions on creating a development environment through MAME. Still working on finding hardware. A CoCo 3 that is. Van Gogh X says, introducing myself. Name, Vincent C., First Computers, CoCo 164K, CoCo 3 128K, Retro Interests, Original and Newer CoCo Software, heard about this Discord from OG Stevie Stro YouTube videos. Retro Fox says, hello all, I'm Brad but go by Retro Fox most everywhere. I'm up in NJ, might know me if you've been to VCF East, usually taking a lot of photos at those events. I currently have a CoCo 1 and 3 and a lot of carts. Also have a small YouTube channel under the same Retro Fox name for anyone interested. The previous bios were edited for time. Thanks to Frederic Micro Hobbyist Sigard, Glenside Computer Club, Paul Fiscarelli, Paul Shoemaker, Tandy Color Computer 3, and the CoCoNation patrons for boosting the server. Please consider joining Discord and visiting the welcome section to read these bios in full and see what the community has to offer. Just go to discord.thecoconation.com.
See you on Discord.
Welcome everybody to the CoCoNation Game On Challenge of the Week results video. Welcome everybody to the CoCoNation Game On Challenge of the Week results video. This week we played Germ Warfare. We had a total of 10 players. We had Canadian Retro Things with 60. Retro Rick with 102, Coconut Bob 110, Jim Rye 131, Mike Miller 132, Mark B 152, Wingnut 213, Jason Warrens 359, L. Curtis Boyle 421, and this week's number one score belongs to Dr. Ted with 898. Thanks everybody that played. We'll see you again next week.
Good.
All right. This is going to get really old if I got to keep flipping the switch every time we go back and forth.
Can you hear
Campbell
me
says,
now?
Yes.
Obviously, Windows 11 doesn't want us to communicate.
Yeah. Well, I can see you on the VU meter here, so yeah, we're going back out again.
Yay! You can hear me. Okay, well,
So,
I will.
Ken,
We're
all the
sorry.
way from the beginning.
Okay, well, first
Who's
off,
new to Discord?
From the top.
we have to salute Dr. Ted for winning the Game On Challenge. And so Germ Warfare I found one review of it from icepeople.net. He reviewed a whole bunch of CoCo games. Gave this one a C- and said it was just an overdone game that there's just way too many versions of this style. Especially he did not like the fact that you die when an alien reaches the bottom of the screen, and all of the other aliens continue right from there, so you can lose a lot of men like one after another because they're all really close together. So when he thought that when you hit the bottom of the screen, they should have reset to the top of the screen, which I kind of agree with, definitely. And he thought it was just crude graphics. So did not particularly care for it with a C-. What did other people think of this game? Anybody? Anybody? Did anybody play this game?
How did you know they were germs?
Euler?
Yeah, they look more like spaceships. So,
and how did he know that 2020 was going to happen?
Good point.
Are these germs in space?
Yes, they're space
The
germs.
space
They're
game
giant
cell.
space germs because they're like twice the size of your ship. So
I did find that this thing really needs a good analog controller.
Absolutely, it was definitely designed for analog control.
Not any of the pseudo was or anything, but I actually had my best results using the mouse as
an analog.
Yeah.
It's so interesting that Mark is talking and his cat is on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, your cat's up to something, Mark.
Well, wireless headset can get me almost all over the house.
Oh, here we just thought we trained your cat to review the games.
Hey, Mark B. Wayne Campbell has some encouraging words for you. He says, I've had issues with Windows 11 sound ever since I got this computer. It keeps getting fixed and then it gets broken again.
Yeah.
Whoa, wait a second.
That's inspiring.
Microsoft keeps breaking stuff with their updates?
I'll tell you. So what I'm having to do is actually switch the input on Windows from one to the other to get the desktop sound to work correctly. So I'll have to work on that after the show.
Microsoft breaking stuff since Windows 95.
Slam Paradise is blaming your cats.
Yeah, so I think definitely Wingnut, you played this game a lot. What did you think of it?
Honestly, I thought it was okay. I didn't mind it once I got used to it.
Yeah, it's a game that takes a little bit of getting used to playing, and
Yeah, the controls were a little bit awkward, but once I got used to them, it wasn't too bad. I played worse.
Yeah, definitely not the worst game that we've ever played on this Game On Challenge, but definitely middle of the pack. But I would play it before I played Neutroid again.
There it is. I thought the Geneva Connect, Geneva convention outlawed germ warfare.
That little dig at Nick's game there was for Curtis because he's not here to do it.
We all have to pitch in while he's not here.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, so I guess there's not a lot to say about that game because wasn't really a lot to it. It was just wave after wave of germs. And you just did the same thing over and over and over again, shooting them before they get to the bottom of the screen. And the other games that we played this week were the Christmas match game, which obviously didn't have a score or anything. It was just purely for fun. I know, Mark, you were enjoying that on Thursday's show.
Yep, I could actually wrap that one.
Yeah.
It would do
So
about
apparently,
what, 8 or 10 screens or something, and then it wrap back to the beginning.
yeah. So it only goes so far before it wraps.
I mean, dang, a game I'm good at, no score.
And the other one that we played was UG, which, yeah, that's a little bit of a difficult game. One of the important things to remember in that game is that when you go to your cave, you get a spear that you can throw once. And after you've thrown it, you can go back to your cave and get another one. But once you pick up an egg, you lose your spear. So once you have an egg, you can't throw your spear at the dinosaur or the pterodactyl.
Now, wasn't there somebody that was point harvesting by just staying in the cave and throwing spears?
Yep, that was Coconut Bob. And you can do that, but it's very slow because it's mostly you're throwing your spear and hitting the dinosaur, and you only get 75 points for that. So, and apparently to get to level 2, you have to get 10,000 points. So
that's a lot of 75s. This is
that's a lot of 75s. But we saw it live on the stream. There is a level 2. So I don't know if I'm ever going to get there, but there's a level 2. But yeah, so we're playing that for another week. And yeah, so Sloopy, how would you like to talk about the live show on Thursday? Oh, wait, you weren't there for most of it.
talk about it anyway.
It was a great show. There was no Sloopy there.
Just a second.
And why do you think it was so great?
There we go. So mostly it was just I think 4 or 5 of us playing. I think, yeah, once Bob showed up, there was 5 of us. There we go. As you can see, Jim got pretty tired of playing the games that we had for the Game On Challenge, so he switched over to one of our Donkey Kong games.
Duncan Monkey or something like that, didn't he?
Yeah, I think that was Donkey Monkey, or I can never remember.
Or is that Donkey King? I can't tell from this distance.
I think it's Donkey Monkey, the looks of it.
Yeah, I think it is. By the looks of it.
Wow, yeah, it's Donkey Monkey.
Yeah, the looks of it's pretty convincing.
And there we go. We can see Mark playing the matching game there. So, you know, UG is a pretty, it's actually a pretty decent game, I think. So it's definitely worth a try. It's a little difficult to get started because you have to hold the fire button or hold the key down for like 2 or 3 seconds for it to start. It doesn't start automatically when you're on the title screen. So otherwise you just go into the attract mode and you think you're playing, but you're not. And you got to watch out for the dinosaur because he can jump across from one path to another to get you. So. I don't know. Does anybody else have anything to say about Thursday night's show? Anybody? Bueller?
It was missing you.
Exactly. Sloopy, why don't you tell us when and where you can see this show and participate in this show?
Are you using air quotes?
You can watch the show every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time on the CoCoNation and your locally scheduled the CoCoNation network on YouTube and Twitch. Yes, that was 8 p.m. Eastern U.S. time.
And where can, if you want to join us, where do you go?
Join us. Ooh, that is even better. You can join the CoCo Discord and come into the Game On Challenge Discord channel and play with us.
What?
And
No calls to act?
And you don't have to play the game of the week. You can play any old CoCo game you want. But, we encourage you to at least try the games of the week.
So I can play Neutroid?
Except for Neutroid. You're not allowed to play Neutroid. No, you can play Neutroid if you want.
Yay!
It might scare off people, but you can play it.
No, Kevin. No.
What? Okay. So Thursday nights, I'm expecting to see everybody here playing the game of the weeks, and I guess I can show you what the new game of the week is going to be.
I'll be back, Ken. I've been busy with work stuff but
okay. And Frederic, just because you're married now doesn't mean that you can't come play with us.
Okay, now we're getting that fight back in. You've got to be there, people.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Sloopy and Ken will come after you.
Yeah. Ron, I'm looking at you. I know you're a big gamer. You should be there.
No, I will just send you one of my children.
Oh, jeez. And we know Ken drives a lot, so you're in trouble. I mean, wherever you live.
So here is our game that will be for the next 2 weeks, if anybody recognizes this one.
Robots?
Explorer
Nope. Like chess pieces?
Right. Chess pieces in exploration mode.
And a shopping bag.
We don't have Curtis here to answer.
To know everything.
To know everything.
Yeah, gee, having the guy with the CoCo Games website identify a game, that's kind of the low-hanging fruit, isn't it?
Well, we need it.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not Neutroid.
Nope. It is the Dark Pit.
The Dark Pit's really kind of green, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Is this a dragon game?
Originally a dragon game, but interesting enough, it works with the that book that you can storybook thing you can hook up. What's that called?
The electronic book.
Yeah, the electronic book.
Okay.
With all that green, you should change it from the Dark Pit to the Dank Pit.
I wonder if it was a British. It says microdeal because the little character looks like Cuthbert's nemesis. What's his name? Horace?
But anyways, interesting enough, it works with the Tandy electronic book, so you can actually use the Tandy electronic book to switch between your weapons. So,
okay.
Or you could just use the keyboard and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think it is.
Ooh.
Now, how do they get the black text at the bottom? You don't have black in that mode.
Yeah,
I'm guessing that's probably blue, and it's just not.
Well, no, it actually looks like it's green and black there. Not
it's
wrong.
No gray.
It does have black text on other screens too. Like there's one here that's like the score.
Is it always they've changed mode part way down the screen or something?
Yeah, that's what I was about to suggest, is that they probably switch video modes right at that bottom section.
Well, here, I'll show you.
But it's still green. That's weird.
Still green, but yeah.
Well, green with colors or green with just black.
So you can see.
You can see the change there, yeah.
Right here. So they have the red and green, and then it goes to green and black.
So will this even run on a CoCo 3, or is it going to be CoCo 1 and 2 only? And Dragon?
Working on 3, yeah.
Nope, it's a CoCo 1, 2, 3, 32K RAM, cassette or disc. And if you have it, the Tandy electronic book. I would be interested to know, does anybody actually have a Tandy electronic book?
I've only seen a couple at like CoCo Fest over the years, and what do you use that for? I hadn't even heard of it.
Well, we got to play with one when me and Curtis went to that museum down in Knoxville.
Well, Brian Weasler probably has a half a dozen of them.
Right? Yeah,
I have 3 of them. I have 3.
Only I was 3 off. I'm sorry.
3 of them.
Nobody else in the country has more than 1. Very few people have them, but Brian Weasler's got 3.
Well, he keeps them next to his spare CoCo 2 kits that aren't assembled.
Right. Right.
So that is going to be going for the next 2 weeks. The Dark Pit. You can download that in the archive. One thing that I'm keeping an eye on, it's not out yet for the CoCo, but it is coming soon. It's a new Inufuto game, and I noticed it's not in the show notes for the news, so I will quickly touch on that. He just started releasing all the versions a couple of days ago, so it's a game called Mayan, and so far he's got 27 versions released, but none for the CoCo or the MC10 yet, so I'm not exactly sure what the idea of this game is. It seems to be kind of a reverse Pac-Man. You have to stop the bad guys before they eat all the dots.
Okay.
Anyway, so we'll touch more on that once he releases the CoCo version and the MC10 versions. And yeah, that's all I have to say about the Game On Challenge.
Good job, Ken.
Oh, Sloopy's exploding, so he can't say.
Boom.
Okay. Does that mean we're done with the game on?
Yep, we are done with the Game On. We can move into the upcoming conventions and trade shows if we would like.
Enough frivolity.
Sounds like a good idea.
Who's got the list?
I do, right here.
He has the list.
Okay, since Curtis usually does that, I guess I'll do this. So, this is a segment of our show where we talk about upcoming convention, trade shows, and other things that you might want to attend. So, hi there, I'm Marco, and I was sick a couple of weeks ago, so I'm doing better now, and it's been work stuff. We have to move buildings, so been not even playing on the Game On Challenge for the last couple of months. Anyway, okay.
You might want to move your camera just a little bit lower because we lose part of your chin.
No, bummer.
There you go.
That's where we at.
That'll work.
Thanks.
Okay.
Well, I have tabs if you don't.
Okay, yeah, why don't we switch over to Rick so he can show the tabs. First one looks like Candy Showcase.
So share your screen there, Rick.
Candy Assembly's on there, but it's down the list away.
Oh, where am I at? Okay, I need to be on one of these three screens I have here. I have this one.
Do we need to highlight the?
I am not seeing my things happen. Shrink everything.
Well, you did have it up.
Yeah.
And then I want the Tandy Assembly.
Yep. Okay. There you go.
So it's the Tandy Showcase, I guess, is part of that. So the Tandy Showcase, Ed on the TRS-80 Discord, a person who hosts the history of VidTechs on the web, posted that there is a winter retro computing meetup in Saturday, January 18th from noon to 4 by the Dallas-Fort Worth Retro Computing and Vintage Computer.
That is not the what's on the screen is not that one.
Not that one?
It's not
okay,
that
one. I thought it was part of.
Okay, he didn't give me a
Tandy
list.
Assembly,
The first link he had is this link,
That's
which is
Tandy
all the
Assembly
way.
in September.
Which is okay. Meetup DFW Retro Kitty.
Yeah, this is what happens when we don't have rehearsal.
Yep.
This is rehearsal.
Oh, is it? Oh, we're gonna do this later for real. Okay.
Yep, exactly. Stay tuned. After we get to 3 or 4
Where
hours,
is this
we'll
going?
do it
Oh,
again.
that's nothing. Okay, well let me kill this. I've got some dead stuff.
Look into the vast darkness.
Yes, it can't be this
We have
hard.
cookies.
Give me my. I can't even get my taskbar out. Okay, this Artemis edge detection.
That's okay.
Your
New
pain.
year,
Good.
new
This
technical
is
problems.
this is
Just
our
move
technical
along.
problems edition.
Yes. If we run into anything you recognize, we can pick up with my video.
See, the trouble is we had a week off. We've all forgotten how to run this thing.
Right?
Can you just open any tab there?
I think it's Windows 11's fault.
Tandy Retro. Yeah, let's just go with it. Well, I don't have a link. That's the first link that he gave me. There is no
so
link to Tandy Showcase in this.
yeah, okay. Oh well, there is in the. I'm just reading from the show notes, so those are available on the Discord now. But here, let me
Okay.
post it to you here.
I've got that Tandy Showcase. It on the TRS-80 Discord, not a link in sight.
Okay, check the show.
That was
chat.
January 18th, right?
Yep, January 18th. So Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, and there's a whole lot of text here.
This.
Meeting begins at 12 p.m.
There we go. Okay.
Ends at 4 p.m. So it's only 4 hours. Bingo in Grand Prairie. Concession stand will be open, so you can buy something to eat. That looks like an Osborne one. Kinda. An Apple III. Let's see. Welcome to bring your family to the meetup. Cannot leave behind boxes of donation items. And if you bring young children, please keep an eye on them. I guess you can't leave them either. And parking, reserve parking lot markings. Anyway, always great to meet people in real life. And anyway, so coming right up the 18th of January, which is in 2 weekends, I think. Sound about right? Yeah, 2 weeks from now. So, okay, we're moving on here to the virtual Tandy CoCo Fest. Yes, there we go. So, I haven't had any since the one I'm kind of show running this. I haven't had any new people commit to showing up, and I do have a schedule, but I can't seem to log into the WordPress site and add any pages or change anything. So, but I will get the schedule I have posted probably on Facebook, multiple groups, and if I can figure out how to log into WordPress, I'll get it added there as well. But let me find my spreadsheet. I'll tell you who I got. Sorry, still getting over the cough.
Not to worry.
So all the time slots, which is a little bit more than are listed on the website, I actually have only 3 or 4 left that are empty. So hey, if there's somebody else that might want to do something, looking at you there, Rick Euland, then get a hold of me and let's see if we can get you slotted in somewhere.
I thought I had one, but yes, I will.
You just said you're going to do it. You haven't committed to any particular time.
Oh, I haven't picked a time yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, I'm flexible, sort of.
Okay.
Are you saying Rick needs to be committed?
Yes, I need to be committed. That's exactly what's going on.
Okay, so master schedule here. So let's see. We'll keep things in Eastern time here. I have the earliest one so far at noon Eastern time, which will be Joe. Is it Iwi? And boy, I did not put down here what he wanted to talk about. So I probably should add that.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. They're all mysteries. They didn't put down any of them.
Something computer related.
Something computer related. I think it's
possibly Tandy related.
Probably, definitely Tandy related. So, and I'll get these down on the thing so people can see them. At 1300 Eastern is going to be Peter Satinsky. He's talking about, I think, the Tandy 10, which I believe was a predecessor to the Model 2, I think. So kind of rare, but it sounds kind of interesting. And then we got a 3-hour block for the CoCoNation. And then at 1700 Eastern, we're going to have L. Curtis Boyle and Brian Wiesler and Paul Fiscarelli for a 2-hour block where they're going to talk about basically archiving floppies using things like Grease Weasel, and I have no idea what other things you're going to be using, but basically making backups of all those media. Let's see, 1900 Eastern time is going to be William Athing and Henry III on FujiNet. And then 2000 hours is going to have retro stack info. And again, I don't remember offhand what he's going to be doing, but and then I have a gap. And then at 2200 Eastern, which is 7 p.m. Pacific here, is going to be Henry Strickland, who's going to be talking about his project he's working on. So I have 2 other people, one person named Pablo Fernandez Varlia, who is thinking of something, but hasn't gotten back to me. And Rick Euland is supposed to say something too. So anyway, we will slot you in somewhere, Rick. So it'll be a good, fun Saturday. Lots of stuff to do. These virtual fests have done really well in the past, both the one during COVID. Actually, we did 2 during COVID. We did one for Glenside. We did one for the Dragon meetup And then we did one last year, which actually was pretty well attended, 5 different slots. So anyway, looking forward to doing this all again. Any questions, panel? I guess not. Okay, moving along here, Rick. We have the VCF SoCal, which is going to be February 15th and 16th in Orange, California. That's a city, by the way, as well as a county. Link is VCF
And
SoCal.
a fruit.
And a fruit, correct. Orange County's nice. That's my son actually lives in Orange County. So anyway, should be pretty interesting. We have some people in the area who'll be visiting, and always good fun to, again, meet people in real life, be able to talk with people that have interests like you do and chat about things that we can do on Discord or on Zoom, but it's much more fun in real life. Anyway, oh, by the way, all these links are in the show notes, which are available on the CoCo Discord. And if you aren't a member of the CoCo Discord, I'll post a link how you can get them. Join us, and please answer the questions. We'd like your name and how you got into retro, so at least we know you're not a spammer. Okay, VCF East coming up on April 4th through the 6th, 2025. This will be in Wall, New Jersey, the usual place, the Info Age Science Museum. And again, we have people in that area as well. By the way, Wingnut is in that area. And have you been to VCF East, Wingnut? Nope. Maybe. Definitely Sloopy's in.
Sorry, I couldn't hit the button fast enough. No, I've never been, but I'm planning on going.
Good. Sloopy should be there too. So you can meet up with him in real life and talk CoCo. And they're actually going to have a FujiNet CoCo classroom there. So let's see, I know that Henry III is going to be involved in that, and I think William Athing, and I think somebody else too. Anyway, that should be really interesting, showing off the CoCo with FujiNet, and of course all FujiNet's good stuff. And again, that's April 4th through the 6th in Info Age Science Museum in Wall, New Jersey. Moving along is the big event for all of us, which is CoCo Fest, May 2nd to the 3rd. By the way, this is going to be a Friday, Saturday, rather than a Saturday, Sunday. So if you're scheduling yourself in, you probably want to come in a day earlier than you have. And again, the same place for the last couple of years. And we kind of like the venue. And all the usual characters, and hope to see you there. I'm planning on getting me a table. And always fun to see everybody in real life. Anything else we should say about CoCo Fest? Oh, there is special rates. You have to go to the Glenside CCC .com link.
The only thing,
G30.
For February 1st, is they're hoping to have the website up to date,
Table
so vendors
table
can
registration.
table registration. Yep.
Yeah, I believe the hotel rooms for the fest are already available. It says 122 a night, so you can go to the Glenside page and then link over to do your reservations.
G30 is your code.
G30. Okay.
Yep. And if you find that there's no rooms available, please reach out, because they can block more for us.
Excellent. Okay, moving along. Next link.
Did Grant figure out what he's going to feed us?
I haven't seen any notes on that yet. So.
Okay.
He'll probably come on the show and announce it. So this show.
What was the question?
What's Grant going to feed us?
Oh yeah, no, the menu has not been determined yet. Nope. Well, maybe, but I don't think it's been official.
Gotcha. So no comment.
Right.
Moving along, more VCF Southwest in Texas. They are booked with the dates of June 20th to the 22nd, 2025 at the Davidson Gundy Alumni Center at the University of Texas in Dallas, Texas. Tickets and tables will go on sale January 2025. Looks like $20 an adult, $25 if bought at the door, $10 for student, $15 at the door, 17 and under are free, and with accompanying adult, and tables are $50 each. Anyway, VCFSW.org is the website.
Where are we going to find an adult to take us?
I know.
Oh man.
I don't know how we're all going to pass for less than 17, but you know, one task at a time. Again, VCFs, VCFs are always fun. There's various ones around the country, which they're going to hopefully bring one back in my area again sometime soon. And again, meeting people in real life is always so fun. Moving along there, Rick, Boat Fest, which is in Hurricane, West Virginia.
And truly has no link.
Has no link. Okay. It's going to be July 11th to 13th. This is sponsored by, of course, the Amigos, and they also have a CoCo show where they do CoCo games and other related CoCo stuff. So again, good fun. We've had people who've gone from our group that have gone there, and looks like fun for everybody.
Then you come out and see all the latest boats.
Right.
Yep, exactly. Okay, Tandy Assembly, the other big Tandy related show. The 2025 dates have been announced. It's going to be September 26th through September 28th. And it's going to be at the Courtyard by Marriott in Springfield, in downtown Springfield, Ohio. Website is tandyassembly.com. Again, it's in our show notes. You can look it up, register for a table. They are a little more broad than just focusing on the color computer. So you got other Tandy stuff, but lots of good people there as well. And the last one I have on the list here is the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, which is going to be October 17th through the 19th, 2025. This will be in Portland, Oregon, which is kind of my neighborhood. And it is going to be mainly arcade games and stuff, but they also do computers as well. Anyway.
So in the chat, Wayne Cable has mentioned that it sounds like he's solved his transportation problems.
Excellent. So he will be at VCF SoCal.
That's what it sounds
take
like.
A train. Excellent.
Okay, now I have to figure out where I'm at.
Okay, so I guess we're going to move on with the Game On news. Probably seems reasonable.
Well, let's go ahead and do the news intro.
Sure, you got my intro up?
Please, intro.
Do we have a separate news intro for you?
You had one for me, but it's okay. Just roll Curtis's.
Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind for next time. Well, let's see. Game On news.
Davey Mitchell of Davey's Retro Corner.
Okay, we're back.
Hi, all. This is the Game On News segment of our show. This is going to be all CoCo related platforms, which includes the MC10 and the Dragon and whatever else we can find kicking around. Anyway, Rick, you got the first tab up. Should be David Mitchell of Davey's Retro Corner. Did Rick freeze? Did I freeze?
No, you're still good.
Okay.
And let me check. Check the iPad. I still see things moving.
Okay.
Let's see. Hit the start. Yeah, looks like we're still
Oh,
on the
there we
air.
go.
I'm working again. Sorry.
All right.
Is that? Yeah, GitHub.
GitHub. Okay, so it should be David Mitchell.
Oh, we want the games one first.
Yeah, sorry, games. Yep. Sorry.
Oh yeah, we never do the things in the order of the show notes.
I know.
Let's see.
I'm doing it in the order we normally do them in.
No Game On News. That
Although
is
a lot of times
third selection.
A lot of times we do the upcoming events in between the two segments. But anyway, okay. David Mitchell of Davey's Retro Corner on YouTube produced an updated version of an old basic game from the Rainbow Book of Basic Programs. It was published by W.H. Smith in 1984. Originally called Xmas, Christmas, David made some updates to it, added title and instruction screen, changed the original text objects to color blocks, widened the play area, add some count of attempts on the main gameplay screen, of time hitting the period key to drop a present through the chimney at the bottom. Oh, it's a good seasonal game. Anyway, we have a link to the video. I see you rolling the footage there. Oh, look, this looks like this could be an MC10 game.
Did I do sounds?
Anyway, there's actually a GitHub link to source code. So anyway, get our show notes. You can go download it yourself. And still early enough in the day, I bet Jim Gary can get on that and have the MC10 version before the end of the show. Okay, moving right along. Tab number 2, Jim Gary posted Evasion for the MC10, originally a snake type game from Creative Computing in 1979, but it has a twist. You have to flee an ever-growing computer-controlled snake, and there is a game option for jumping them too. Anyway, I've got a video, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like I lost the tab
Lost the
somehow,
tab.
so I just have to throw them back up.
All right.
And do we have sound?
Only if you shared it.
Is that sound?
Yep.
That was sound.
Oh, cool. Now I'll just have to figure out what to show.
Excellent. Jim is at it again. Thank you, Jim. I remember playing stuff like this on the Apple II way back, one of the very first games.
I feel like I'm being chased.
Those were the days. Uh-oh, snake can jump the... Okay, well, let's move it on here. Number 3, TRS-80 Retro Programming on YouTube released a video showing a new map feature he's adding to his Tales of Suburbia basic game. Also mentions that Ghost Saga is now available for download from his game site, where it has its own entry. So
In the
Curtis's
chat,
game site.
Davey Mitchell says he has the MC10 version of that program already ready to push to GitHub.
Ah, wasn't even letting
Going head
Jim
to head
have a
with
chance
Jim
at
on
it.
who can get MC10 there faster.
Yeah. Okay, so TRS-80 Retro Programming, we've got a link to a YouTube video here. He is very prolific, got a lot of stuff he's working on, a lot of good videos to watch through. So highly recommend, subscribe to his channel, give some likes, watch his stuff. You jump ahead there to show stuff in the video, or where are we at?
Sure. Let me just figure
That's
out my issue
Amigos.
here. Okay, let's go back to
That's okay.
TRS-80
It's a
Retro
new year.
Programming.
It's a new year. We got new
Throw
technical
this up
problems.
here, and then let's see what we can find. Get into. All right.
You know, trouble is with OBS is I can't actually modify one scene without actually.
Hi, everybody. It's the boat. God, boat car.
Quite loud.
Alex, good.
Focus, volume. I mean,
So here it is. It's the end of the year. And so as we did last year,
I can't
think
turn
you
it
have the-
down enough to turn it down.
I think you have another video running in the background.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
The Amigos is running in the background there, I think.
Yeah. Somehow we've gotten
We've crossed streams.
we've crossed the streams.
There's
You
gift
know
drop.
what?
And
I'm
there's
just
that
going
one.
to kill all the tabs that I've got loaded, and I'm just going to load tabs as we go. So I can
Oh,
bring
okay,
a
there we go.
browser over here and just make up tabs as we go. So now we are at
It's nice queuing them up, but I understand.
TRS-80 Retro Programming is doing
TRS-80
a
Retro
thing.
Programming. Yep.
Okay, I can see.
When you want the latest in TRS-80.
That's a new feature. There's also
Hang
status
on.
code
Stop.
setting.
Stop.
What?
Hang on. I boo-booed here. Let me get us back where we're supposed to be.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Continue on.
Okay, so now we just have to find something entertaining to play. Like this.
I was.
Ah, there we go. That's the Tales of Suburbia game.
Okay, there you go. Saga is now available, and since I haven't seen any of these videos, we've got to decide. Well, this always looks to me like he's living in a missile base.
Yeah.
And then secondary game Ghost Saga. This must be Ghost Saga.
It'll be interesting when the game gets released. I wonder if it's point-based. We can use it for a game on.
Right?
Oh, well, it'll be interesting either way. Okay, we're ready to move on, Rick. The Amigos, their 2024 Game of the Year awards.
Okay, click, click, click.
That's Amigos.
End up with a bunch of full tabs.
You know, of course, one of the things that was a big change this year that kicked in at the end of last year was we did less shows with Bo moving out of everything that wasn't Amiga. We kind of stuck the other shows into Revolution, the retro.
Okay, I'm puzzled.
Can you jump ahead to the CoCo section?
I mean, the audio doesn't seem to be matching the video, does it?
And it doesn't
This
matter
year
what I
also
do here.
had more time to
I don't really have any control over the audio. I don't know where it's coming from. And this is Windows 10. I'm not sure. Okay, where is the CoCo section in
First
here?
world problems. First world problems.
That doesn't look very familiar. Yeah,
Well,
we
that looks
probably
like,
should have.
Oh, that's skiing. That's the skiing one with
Horace goes skiing.
Horace Go Skiing. Yep. Actually, I like the looks of that.
The only good use of that palette.
Right?
Yep, it's reasonable. The action's nice.
When they actually managed to make a creature with a face and like 8 pixels. I always like Taurus. He shouldn't exist as a person, but he does.
Is that the only game? Not sure.
Faces, talking faces, talking faces.
What they're about that hour and a half.
We only knew what they
video.
were talking about. Hour and a half.
Yeah, I wonder how long it is.
Well, you're going to have to sign up for the retro rotation and get involved.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we plugged it. They got their 15 seconds of spotlight. It's time to move on. Okay, Rick, another YouTube channel. Looks like TGP High Score runs on YouTube. Did a bunch of gameplay videos for the Dragon 32 this week.
And they did, in fact.
So it looks like we have Cuthbert and the Golden Chalice. Cuthbert Goes Walkabout. Crazy Painter. Talking Android Attack. Cosmic Clones. Barmy Burgers. Astro Blast. And it says scroll to the bottom of the playlist for these most recent ones.
Okay.
So why don't you pick one there that we might not have seen? I know we've seen Cuthbert and the Golden Chalice and Ghost Walkabout, but maybe Talking Android Attack?
Talking Android.
Or Crazy Painter? I don't recognize either of those names. Micro deal.
It's not copying anywhere else, but they get just near this level.
We have so many things playing right now. Hang on. Please wait. Kill, 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 kill. Have I killed enough yet? We'll kill one more.
Die.
And then we will throw this into a fresh new tab, and maybe we can actually listen to what we're listening to. And I will have a better idea of what to do next time. Okay, so we have this.
Yeah, Talking Android Attack. It's like, I don't think I've seen that one before.
Android Attack.
Bring the volume down a little.
Background noise.
Wow. That's actually got good looking action. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it would be artifact if there was the ability. Here's some talking.
I like it. The androids are going right through the walls.
Yeah, it looks like it would be artifact if there was the ability.
Yeah.
Here's some talking. I like it. The androids are going right through the walls.
I like it. The androids are going right through the walls. You're never safe. Well, anyway, it looks like there's a bunch of videos to check out the gameplay, and maybe you want to play a game yourself. I'm sure these are available on the World Dragon Archive if you want to go chase them down and try them yourself. Okay, we're ready to move on, Rick.
Sure, what the heck?
YouTube channel Zolaria did a real in-depth review of Rescue on Fractalus, starting with the original Atari 8-bit version, then the CoCo 3 version. Gets a good sized review. Although she isn't impressed with it, she did have the wrong computer type selected, so the colors are completely wrong. But she's not wrong on most of her criticism comparing it with the Atari 8-bit original. So, yes. David Ladd has a beautiful video of this doing some optimizations. He has like 3 different side by side showing you the various improvements to the game on the Color Computer 3.
Okay. Come on. That shouldn't be this hard. Whose is that? That was an ugly one.
That was IBM CGA, was it?
Oh, could be.
It looked like the DOS version.
Yeah. The CoCo 3 version is, in a ways, looks like 2,097 seconds.
Let's see. Here we go. We have.
Wow, Curtis has really optimized it.
Right?
Look at that. 60 frames a
What
second.
is this? Oh, here it is in the wrong colors. Yeah.
Yep.
God, that's bad, eh?
That's quite
the Barbie
attractive.
color set.
Yeah. Need the pink Jeep to go with it. Yes.
Exactly.
We're in the pink Jeep. That's why the
Oh, hang on. That is Curtis's optimized one. Yeah, he's got a fascination for pink.
Oh, here we go.
I thought that was Linus. Oh, wait. L.C. Boyle. Never mind.
You know, we could have had the best version had they got the proper video
There you
setting.
go. The Gimme
Yeah.
X version. Well.
I wonder what that's on. A pretty high resolution.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one was.
That'd be VGA or PC
Or
anyway.
better. Yep. Okay, and we have one last story, and that would be Javen Musser posted some photos of a fairly rare CoCo version of Adventure International's Value Pack. A group of 3 Scott Adams adventure games, Adventure 11 through 12. In this case, Save Island Part 1, Savage Island Part 2, and Golden Voyage. He also showed his original docs for both Donkey King and Calypso Island. So it's interesting. So it must have been a value pack where they reduced the price and they sold you 3 games at one shot.
I would have done that.
And if you like adventures, you give the Scott Adams Adventures a try if you haven't ever before.
And there are a lot of them.
They're well known in the adventure games for a reason.
Also, Scott Adams is a really nice guy. I'm friends with him on Facebook. Okay. Well, that is the end of the Game On news. So, Rick, we're going to reset and do the...
So I'm going to start the news intro, and then partway
Sure.
through, I'm going to switch over to the proper one. 'Cause
Ah,
I
gotcha.
can't do it when it's not playing. Well, I can't do it on the fly
No problem.
or ahead of time.
When you want the latest in TRS-80, Tandy, Dragon, MC-10, and all of their hardware cousins. When you want the latest in TRS-80, Tandy, Dragon, MC-10, and all of their hardware cousins. No matter what it takes, or where news breaks, from around the world to your nation. The CoCoNation News with L. Curtis Boyle. Today's special guest presenter, Mark Overholzer.
Okay. Hopefully now that we got sound in both zones.
Yeah, that Apple ad was fantastic. I mean, it was just brilliant. They put that together.
The Futurama version's better. So I like Mom talking about squirrels and
Yeah. Well, people still talk about it though. You know, it's been what, 40 years now? People are still talking about it. Okay. Moving on with the regular news. For those of you that downloaded VCC 2.1.9.1 on the day of our last show and using the debug feature, EJ Jacque posted on the CoCo Discord that he has a quick update to fix a bug. So if you downloaded it before the morning of December 22nd, you'll want to download it again.
I don't remember when I downloaded it.
I haven't downloaded in a few months, so I'm sure I don't have the broken one. Okay, and moving along. Hey, Rick, you caught up yet?
Yeah.
Okay, CoCo Crew had a surprise episode of the CoCo Crew podcast. Episode 99, it looks like. Got their website handy, cococrew.org.
This is it, is it not?
Are you even transmitting? Oh, there you are.
Yes, I'm there. Oh, I'm not highlighted. That's what happened.
Yeah, pull up their show notes because Curtis had left some notes about some of the stuff they're talking about. I thought you might be interested. It'll be episode 99.
Episode 99. Notes.
Yep. Yeah.
It's playing something.
Yeah, you clicked on the audio.
Okay,
there we go.
Show notes.
Okay. So, what are the topics there? I guess we're supposed to talk about some of the discussion. I haven't listened to the show, unfortunately, so I can't make any direct comments on it, but maybe other people have. Anybody in the audience seen the CoCo Crew podcast, this latest one? Have any comments on the any of the subjects? Nobody so far responding.
I've just been trying to catch up to this week. I'm
still.
I watched more than half of it, and it was good.
Okay.
Yeah, they went around the table and talked about 2024 and some fun stuff. For example, Boise was talking about various projects he's been involved with over the year. Neil and Mike Rowan didn't have a lot of updates. They did kind of weigh in a little bit, though. And at the very moment, I cannot remember what John was talking about, but I do remember John mentioning that he has still not organized up his whole big CoCo man cave area that's full of stuff. So
He said it was in a big pile, didn't he?
yeah, maybe this is the year. We don't know.
This year.
So
I hate it when that. I got stuff I still have lost. One of my MPIs is still missing from 3 years ago. I have no idea where it went.
You want it back?
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
and they did talk about candy assembly and some of the stuff John has been doing for and with that. So I'm not going to spoil it because that's.
Go listen to their podcast. I will go do it myself. Okay, well, cococrew.org is the website. Go stream their podcast, look at the show notes. Usually very good discussions, host discussions they bring up and stuff they talk about. It's always worth
Actually,
seeing.
they sounded just like they had never stopped.
Excellent.
Good
Picked up
commercial.
Picked up right where they left off. Excellent. Okay. Rick, moving along. La Coco Strangiato on YouTube, aka Bob Emery, on the CoCo Discord and the CoCoNation show, released a video explaining the updates he's done to the Artemis keyboard upgrade, including his first ever firmware updates.
Which was allegedly
he had bugs. He had bugs. Wow. Bob, shame on you.
No. Oh, no, that's okay. Bob can have bugs.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Confusing with somebody else.
He has not complained to be bug free.
Okay. So, what did he update?
What did he do? I saw the Three Musketeers. I see Pac-Man. Is this his? Yeah, this is his. What has he done?
Ah, okay.
Okay, I guess here's what
I
he's
like his keycaps.
That's a nice
That's a
compromise.
CoCo one.
I'm here. I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Help us, please.
Well, unfortunately, I'm walking through a parking lot right now. I can't really help a whole lot. But yeah, basically the firmware that I released for the MCU that goes on the back of the board is basically what I consider somewhat ready for consumption to do. Okay, now I'm in my car. Basically, it'll do a normal power LED function, which I have it doing a slow fade from red to from green to blue to red.
All right.
Got to get the order correct. And then it'll do a real-time turbo light indication. So it'll immediately, because it's IRQ driven, anytime the clock signal changes from high to low or low to high, it'll check from my turbo board. It'll adjust the LED appropriately.
Oh, okay.
And the main reason I wanted that is like for programs that load in segments, like say Nick's Pac-Man, like I did in the video, you can actually see every time it goes into high speed mode and then drops back to low speed for disk IO.
Right.
And that's kind of the whole point. I want it to be, quick and accurate, not something that takes a second to reflect whether you're in high speed or not.
Right. Because it could actually be
you'll
pretty
miss it.
rapid. Yeah. How many of these Artemis keyboards are out there? You have people that are using them?
I sold probably half a dozen or so of the version 2.
Okay.
I'm getting a telephone call. I'm going to decline that. But version 3 is in the works, and I don't know. I generally order 10 boards at a time and just sell them as people ask about them. I have, I think, 2 unused ones left that I have actually already built.
Version 2?
So, yeah, so people who don't want to solder one together could probably buy one.
So they can find you
But
on
yeah,
the CoCo Discord as Bob Embry?
They can find me on the Discord for sure.
Probably have links in
And,
your YouTube page too.
There's also in the video, you can get my email address.
Excellent.
And the other thing that I talk about in there, in addition to the firmware, is some little hardware spacers, because my PC board is a lot thinner than the plastic housing on a CoCo keyboard.
Yep. Yep.
So I got some plastic, they're basically rack screw washers, and put some adhesive on one side, and they just stick to the back of the keyboard, and they fit perfectly.
Thicken it up enough so it doesn't wiggle around.
Yep, no wiggling, and the lid sits down perfectly snug. It's like they were designed for that exact purpose.
Excellent.
So anybody that got one of my keyboards, you can shoot me an email, and I'll send you a set of those little washers, no charge. I will also send out an MCU programmed for anybody that got the keyboard at no charge. I mean, they're only like $1.50 a piece. I got a bunch from Amazon, and they work great. I love it.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, Bob.
You bet.
Okay, Rick. Moving right along. Looks like a video titled Top 10 Things You Didn't Know About Radio Shack TRS-80 Color Computer was put on YouTube on the MX Victoria Rain Havens W9JYD channel. I assume that's a ham license. And what do we got here? Scrubbing through and iStock.
No
Yeah, not one of
contacts.
those.
Yeah, iStock. This is all iStock. So I don't know. We'd have to listen to the video. You probably should listen to the video, and then you'll know what the heck he's talking about.
I think it's a lady.
Or
But
she.
yeah.
Oh, yes, indeed. Sorry, I'm an idiot.
The video doesn't look very connected with what the text is.
Right. It's just the images don't match. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, well,
we have CoCo talk and no CoCo
no,
videos.
no video that makes any sense. Oh well. We got the link to the video. Go check it out on your own time. It's not making a lot of sense for us here. Okay, next one.
Let's see
The
what
Vintage Nerd, Vint Nerd on YouTube, did a long video with the manufacturer of FujiNet hardware, Brian Cox, covering where the hardware is for multiple platforms, including the CoCo. Vint Nerd is also one of the people who runs BCF SoCal. Wow, look at
these
that
are the
computer
people.
collection.
So one of these guys is responsible for this whole FujiNet thing.
At least building hardware. Looks like a CoCo
Oh, nice.
2 or 3 in the upper left corner there. So that connector looks like that might be for the Atari.
Atari, Apple. Let's find CoCo. We know we're
Yeah,
in
up on the
here.
wall there, I see a Commodore 128 next to the CoCo, and then
Adam. Here we go. Color computer.
Atari
Yeah.
400,
Oh,
Atari
okay.
800. Yep, that looks familiar. That'd be the Rev 000.
CoCo with the dongle.
Yep, serial tail on it.
And okay, just internals. And they haven't gotten to the new one yet, I guess.
Not the four zeros yet.
This level, he's still got the serial dongle.
Yeah, definitely improving over the first couple. Yeah.
Nice.
FujiNet's a thing, people. If you have the ability to hack on the software and start messing around with it, you should get one and do it.
I got one. It's fun.
I've played with mine a couple times too. Thank you, William Athan. But got other irons in the fire, unfortunately, and been busy with other stuff recently.
I put it on Mastodon and let it run, and it does
Oh.
all
Does
kinds
updates?
of text flies through,
Mhm.
And then we got the world news, all different kinds of news you can look at, which was down for a while, but it's up now. It works great.
Are you tracking the ISS?
Yeah, I can do that too. Yep. And recently I put a picture on my Ron's garage of my cell phone's tracking of the space station alongside the
CoCo?
CoCo, and it's right on. It's right where it's supposed to be. I mean, within 100, maybe 800 miles, because
Yep.
it's all,
Right.
an estimate. But at least it isn't like in Australia when it's supposed to be approaching the coast of the United States, right?
Yep.
And I bet with that telescope of yours, Ron, you could see the guys waving at you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, Rick, let's move on to the next one.
Oh, come on. He hasn't even changed his shirt yet.
Oh, it's our own Canadian retro things. Ken, you still awake? This is
Yes,
Ken's
I am.
final video for 2024. Take it away, Ken.
Yeah, I did a video for 2024.
So what'd you wrap up?
I just basically talked about the stuff that I did over the year and what some of my favorite interviews or my favorite videos were, which was the interview with Robert Kilgus.
Rick Kilgus, yeah.
The four videos that we did, and
Definitely
yeah.
worth watching, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Back.
And I think after 4 days, it's time to change your shirt, Ken.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing the same shirt, aren't I? I actually
Yes, you
recorded. I actually recorded that like the day after Christmas. So
It's been 2 weeks since.
Tell him you
I've been wearing the same shirt for 2 weeks. So
tell him you got 12 of them.
We can tell.
Saves on laundry.
Exactly.
Also, you don't have to think too hard when you get out of bed. What am I going to wear today? Oh,
There
yeah,
you go.
Yeah.
the blue one.
It's already standing there right next to your bed.
Yep, exactly.
So yeah, it was just a quick little wrap up of the few
the
things
year.
that I did over the year. So
So what was your favorite thing you did? The Robert Kilgus interview?
that was my favorite video. Yeah. I really enjoyed going to all the shows I went to last year.
It's always nice meeting people in real life.
Yep.
Okay, well, subscribe to Ken's channel. Go watch his videos.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Go.
Do it now.
Oh no, wait till after this show.
No, we'll put it on pause. They can go and come back. Okay.
We'll wait till you're back. Let us know.
Okay, moving along. Rick.
Okay. So,
Jason Kubin posted a short video about the Radio Shack franchise that he and another person are opening, hopefully already opened, and they are shooting for January 1st in Moorfield.
is that
Somewhere. No, that doesn't look right. This is a Radio Shack franchise.
here? Let me repaste because these things skip to the next post before you can.
Yeah, it's Facebook. No.
Okay, so we do have this.
So anybody know where Moorfield is? Which
What
state?
state?
I don't know. There's no state. So
Hey, Google, where's Moorfield?
It exists.
I'm pretty sure it's not in my state. You find it, Rick?
The page is up as far as I
That
know.
is the page.
This is what we get.
Maybe we
It's
ought
not a
to.
Radio Shack.
Links to a GitHub page.
I see a
Yeah,
Moorfield, West Virginia, Radio Shack 108.
Okay,
South
well,
Fork
that could be
Road.
it. It's should be a Facebook page, and none of that's
Oh.
looking.
Okay, what's broken here? Oh, here it
Yeah,
is. Never
Might be a
mind.
bad link. So yeah.
I hit the wrong tab is what I did.
I
Let
ended
me
up
give
in
you a
a
new
MapQuest.
tab.
Hey, there
Yeah.
we go.
Go away. What? I'm not getting any audio out of Facebook.
That's okay. It's a video, but cool. Okay, well,
You have to jump on Facebook to hear all about it.
yep.
Yeah, I suppose so, because
Again, it's in our show notes. Go download them from the
Spoiler
video
alert
Discord.
from the caption on the screen, it's happening.
It's happening.
Okay, moving along here. Yeah, this is the David Collins one, looks like.
So now we're to
H-
the David Collins one.
HB63CO9M project. It says he rolled back to using HC logic for the bills of material to build the 6309 based board. It was occasionally missing reads and writes using AHC logic. Yeah, from what I understand, the AHC is even faster than the HC, so it probably timing issues. It says if the 6309 was running in native mode. Yeah, okay. Anyway, another Facebook post. Looks excellent. These single board computer projects are always a lot of fun and great way to work with the 6809 and 6309 and something other than a CoCo, but still be familiar. And let's see. And we have one more mainline story here from Mauricio Mate. Posted a photo on Facebook, some reproduction joysticks he's made to match the original design of the CP400 Brazilian CoCo clones joysticks. And hidden in the background is a very rare CP450 disk drive as well. Oh, that's what those look like. Again, the CP400 and what's it, CP402, I think, are Brazilian copies of the CoCo. So they look different, but they are pretty much directly functional. And they're kindred family. So we include them and accept them.
Yeah, it's weird to see that they're in the Timex Sinclair 2068 case.
Yes, very
but marked
weird.
up with different keys.
Yep.
And as the CP400. And normal cartridges can be used with it if you get a cable adapter.
Right, the cartridge port on the right is the wrong form factor, so it doesn't plug directly in, but it's pin compatible if you can get connected up.
Because the company that made the Timex clones also made the CP400 clones, so they had the cases.
Probably.
So
Save
that's
some
what
money.
we got.
We don't have to re-engineer this. We're just going to shove the board in there.
You need an adapter for the cartridge, but hey.
So this means I can upgrade my Timex to a CP400.
Yeah. if you get the right
Oh
parts.
man, it would be nice.
Yeah, just change all the electronics and you're home
But
free.
that's why the cartridge door on the right is up in the picture, is because the cable's running out the front and the cartridge door doesn't close fully while you cable it.
Right. Can you imagine plugging an MPI into that?
Upgrade.
Of course, anything going to the Motorola 6809.
Now, those reproduction joysticks, from what Eric Montero was saying, was that they are some are analog and some are digital, but the individual ones are not switchable, or
What you get?
self-centering or not self-centering. So there's if you're going to order some from Brazil, once they become more mass available, you'll need to be specific on which exact kind you want. And the colors red and blue are a match set. So it's not that you should get 2 blue ones or 2 red ones. You get one of each.
One of each.
So the set, so that you know essentially who's player 1 and who's player 2.
Good to know.
It's a good way to keep your artifact colors straight.
And that's not in the show notes, but thank you for that, Alan. Okay, moving on to the MC10 stories.
Yeah, we have some.
Jim Gary reported a program originally appeared in the Triangle Sinclair user group newsletter from March 1984 issue. It was originally written by Phil Kegelmeyer and is described as a Domo program for some simple AI concepts. It is called Edge Detect Program. We've got a video.
Yeah, doesn't.
Not wanting to seek really well.
It shows a lot of thinking going on.
Yeah, interesting though. Something different for your MC10. Sounds cool. Okay, and the second story we have is he also posted the Merry Christmas animation graphics program that him and his son, Charles, on Christmas Eve.
Which, get out of my face. It's supposed to be playing Christmas.
Ah, there we go. That looks like Christmas.
Christmas.
It's Kris Kringle. Not to be confused with Chris Lucky.
Right. Who doesn't claim that name?
I've never heard of him.
Nobody has.
The man with no name.
Okay, moving on. We got 2 Dragon 3264 stories. So, Tomu Capo posted some screenshots of his Dragon 64 running OS 9 level 1 with an external terminal attached to the serial port and a quick video of him logging in from the terminal. Facebook video. Let's get it to play even if no audio. Oh, cool.
Let's try.
That's pretty radical. 64K Dragon 64. Logging into OS 9 level 1 from a terminal. So the Dragon 64s, of course, have a built-in serial port with the 6551 MOS chip. So nice and efficient, interrupt driven. Okay, and we have one other story on the Dragon 3264. Discussion on the Dragon Facebook group started by Phil Harvey Smith about getting Edit 128, which is an 80-column supporting text editor to use with the Dragon Plus board. And about the different versions of the 6845 chip not working correctly, while others do, and trying to figure out how to tell if one will work or not. Does anybody have the Dragon Plus board? They're trying with their Dragon.
We're all waiting for Brian Weasler to go, yes, I've got.
Yeah, I've got 7 of them. Yeah.
Only 7?
Well, you know, you keep some of them under your hat.
They're just misplaced next to the CoCo 2 kits.
Next to the Ark of the Covenant.
Oh, in that big warehouse that he's got? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, yeah, I wish I had more time to invest in a few more Dragon things to add to my Tano. So anyway, that is the last story we have this week, and that's all the news as we see. Again, you can get the transcript for this on the CoCo Discord. And let me type in a quick link for how to get that if you're not a member.
Evan.
So if you go to discord.thecoconation.com, you'll get a link to join the Discord. Follow the instructions in the README. We'd like to know your name. If you're interested in classic computers, whatever it might be. And one of the courteous admins, which is about half of them are on this show right now, will see your comment and make you a member.
Or even the really obnoxious admin who is also on the show might actually just make you a member.
He's not only an admin, he's a member.
So
you liked it so much you bought the company.
Right.
What are we gonna do for the next 2 hours?
Wow.
Play Detroit.
It must be the slow time of year if we only got 2 hours in and we're done.
And that was 2 weeks worth of news.
That's what we get for not having Curtis here.
Yep. You drug it out at least another 30 minutes, I know.
Oh, he would have drug that out for at least another 2 hours.
We can't be out of news already.
Yeah, we're out of news already.
Oh, what am I supposed to do for the rest of my nap time?
Play CoCo games.
Play CoCo games.
We got a new one.
It's not Thursday.
So Ken, have you tried to get a hold of Curtis to see if he's still alive?
He said I got a message from him a little while ago that said he posted a couple of photos on the CoCoNation Discord. I don't know where.
Oh,
that's not vague enough, is it?
Yeah, that narrows it down, right?
I put some pictures on the internet. Find them.
No.
Challenge accepted.
Did he mean in the?
Well, I'm gonna take.
Oh, okay, it's in the CoCoNation secret lair.
Oh, it's in the
in general.
Oh, it's in the yeah.
2 photos of the meetup here, so.
Ew.
So
can we bring that up? Get a look from the inside.
Here, I will share what I see. So there is people looking at something
in real life.
And that fellow has a green jacket on.
Yep.
Why isn't he doing on the site reporting?
We're all staring at him.
Probably not enough internet.
Yeah, he said that if he had the bandwidth, he would call into the show, but I'm going to guess he didn't have the bandwidth. And there's somebody talking. And there's a CoCo beside him. I recognize that red key and that game that's right there.
And looks like there's 2 more CoCos on the right-hand side table.
Over here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It does.
One this naked.
One without a case. Yeah.
And that one's white CoCo 1, isn't it? Or
yeah, it looks like a white CoCo 1, yeah.
Tell you what, can you blow that up? Let's see what's over on the left-hand table.
No, this is
open the browser.
This is a
Open in
vision
browser. There you go.
is that better?
We need to see your browser.
Oh, okay. I gotta redo my share then.
Yep.
There.
Let's identify the lump.
All right.
There we go. Oh, yeah. Look at that. CoCo SDC. Yeah, that is the CoCo one white.
At the chair on the screen, right in front of the CoCo with Realm of Doom going.
All right, pan.
There's his 40th anniversary book too.
Definitely is a CoCo 3. Extra key.
Oh,
That
there's
one's a
Deep
CoCo
Bruce.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's Mr. DeBruce and
In the
Forest of
flesh.
Doom.
That's not Tim Hortons.
Oh,
There's a TI 99 and an Atari, I
Telescope.
think, in the back there.
And a oscilloscope.
Yeah, it looks like
Vectrex.
is a
yeah,
Vectrex.
Vectrex.
Yeah.
Vectrex, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's one.
I'm looking beside it though. That
There's one
Oh,
online
something.
for like
Wow,
700 bucks.
It's not a real TI. It doesn't have the sidecars.
Yeah, it's got this.
It's unexpanded.
It's got
Yeah.
one.
It's got one. Yeah. But you need 7 or 8 of them to really have a.
so what are they talking about here?
Who am I?
Who I am?
That's definitely our.
Troubles I have shot. Oh, I love it.
Scope-like things. I've suffered with a lot of scope-like things.
Okay, so we must be giving a demonstration on oscilloscopes.
Yep.
Which would explain the
I don't-
oscilloscope.
The oscilloscope.
Yeah, I don't think we're talking about the mouthwash.
Probably not.
Yep.
That's not the 700-pound one either. Look, it's short.
Nope. One of the new digital ones.
Yeah, those are cool.
And
Must
he's
fit
even
in
got
that bag down there.
And how you can't get much more Canadian than that. He's got a toque.
And a high vis vest for the snow, so you don't get lost in the snow.
Yep. You're good to go.
What's those things in the closet hanging there?
Coats.
Yes, they're called coats. You wear them when it gets cold outside.
Yeah, we don't have them here.
Again, it's really great to see people getting together in real life and meeting one-on-one.
Okay,
little
let's
meeting halls like that.
see. There was the other photo there. Let's see if I could open that one up in a browser and see
Yeah,
what
most
we
of
can
that's
see.
just people sitting in the audience. So unfortunately, there's not a lot of.
We'll pick all the pixels.
There.
Pixel by pixel pickup.
All right. So now we got to see a few more things. I think
That's the same guy again with the jacket.
There's yep.
That's
Gregor.
And there's the guy that did the light gun thing.
Yep.
There he is.
That's David.
David
Quaker.
Yes,
He's also
there you
been
go.
helping out with the special sound cartridge for Realm of Doom.
D. Bruce. Yep.
Did I mention how terrible I am with names?
No,
the
Bob,
guy.
you didn't.
Not
The guy with the thing.
Wait till you get older.
Right?
Ooh, they have a sink there so you can wash your computers.
Oh, well, you got to keep your computer clean.
Yep.
Or dump your Tim Hortons out.
Oh, and look at what time it is.
Oh, look at that.
1:15. Actually,
I was
that's,
really hoping they'd go to the pottery room.
that's just about exactly what time it is here. That's just weird.
It was so 2 hours to go.
Right?
All right, so we've looked at these pictures enough, I think.
Yep. Anything else we could waste time? Stretch another.
I mean, I'm actually gonna
we're
have to-
looking at you, David Ladd. You gonna go by sector on a disc or something for us?
Right. Otherwise, we might have to go outdoors and do something.
Oh,
too
God,
cold.
If you want, I can fire up my CoCo and do some WeFax downloads.
There we go.
Take about
There we
half
go.
an hour.
WeFax drink.
David Ladd reads the flux pattern of a CoCo.
I'm in on the WeFax.
Has
David Ladd attempts to pronounce the unpronounceable symbols in a disk image.
so has Jeffrey Drywater been on the show before?
Yes.
No, let's
he
drill
has.
them. Let's
Yeah,
drill 'em.
once or
Gotta
twice.
remember the dry H2O moniker. That
Oh yeah, did we?
That sounds like a business idea.
No, wait.
Oh yeah. Reconstitute water. Just add a gallon of water in this can,
Yeah.
and you got.
Yeah, I don't think
There you
should
go.
You shouldn't put Jeffrey near Ken. Dry water near waters. One will affect the other.
They'll cancel each other out. We won't have
Yeah.
anything.
That's it then.
Push the button, Frank.
That's definitely the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
sweating.
We're
All
sorry.
right, let me run the outro.
He's starting to have.
This concludes another episode of the CoCoNation, the world's leading live interactive talk show featuring the Tandy Color Computer. For all things the CoCoNation, visit us on the web at thecoconation.com. We'd love to hear from you. Send feedback, suggestions, even segments via email to show@thecoconation.com. The CoCoNation show would not exist without the community and its cast and crew. The CoCoNation theme song, copyright 2022, D. Bruce Moore. Mixed, mastered, and produced by D. Bruce Moore. The CoCoNation is over. Join us on the CoCo Discord server.
CoCo
Well, that's why Curtis isn't on the show. Caught his
Well, we
head
could
on
have
fire.
some more technical difficulties.
Well, I think here it is, the end of the show, and I think I figured out how to fix the audio issues.
Excellent.
Right.
So we're good to go for next week.
Now, say how
In
you
theory.
did it. Say how you did it so you can come back and look at this show and remember for the next one.
So
Well, remember, there'll be a Windows update on
Yeah, there'll be a
Wednesday,
Windows
so-
update, and it won't work next week.
No, that'll be broke again.
So what it is of course, OBS set everything back to system default, which is not what I need to make all
What you
these
need,
things
yeah.
work together.
Right,
Right.
Well, you know what OBS stands for.
What's that?
Oh, more BS.
Quick, hit the bleep.
I'm not going to say it. No.
Okay.
Bologna sandwich.
Yes.
There we go.
So don't forget Thursday, 8
8
o'clock
p.m.
Eastern
Eastern.
time. Game
8
on
p.m.
results.
Thursday, the day before Friday.
You
And
weren't
you can
threatened
play
this week.
Any
but
game you want, right?
Be there, be square. I'm trying to be there.
And next Saturday,
Maybe.
same place.
We're back here
8
again.
Eastern. Back here again.
Hopefully with more news and more nap time with L. Curtis Boyle.
Yep, we'll give you a full 4 hours next time.
Okay. Well,
What are we at now?
2 hours and 15 minutes.
Right.
Yep.
Oh,
This is a
very
Coco
weak.
Nation Express.
Really?
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
Can't even finish your coffee.
That's right.
All right. So have
It's
fun,
nice to-
everybody.
Have fun. See you next week.